Little Hansen intro.
Welcome to Hansen Hour. I'm Kiese Hansen.
And I'm Caroline Hansen.
So what are we doing here?
You know, this was the brainchild of one of Kiese and I's late night Zoom sessions. And we thought that it would be just a good opportunity to get to know members of our section that didn't have our last name, even though we have gotten close because of our last name. So thought it'd be a great opportunity to start the ball rolling with one of our favorites, Shilpa.
Hi, everybody. My name is Shilpa. If you haven't seen me on cold calls yet, I am from upstate New York. I went to Cornell for undergrad, and I am interested in all of the same things Kiese is interested in. So that's pretty cool.
Really excited to have Shilpa here, especially this week. Last night at the jobs fair, we kept popping into the same room, and it was a little bizarre. And then today we both found out that we met with the same Wasserstein Fellow because we were on the same email thread. Since in the last 24 hours, we've decided we're going to start a law firm together. Really excited. And so Shilpa, we're going to start with this question, which might be a little dry, but what is your favorite class material and why?
So I would say that my favorite class material would be probably torts, just because I get through the reading so much faster than I do in every other class. I don't know, it's about people, so I find it a little bit more engaging than maybe leg reg or civ pro. But it's super straightforward. The book is written pretty well, even though, shout out to Goldberg. But yeah, I find it the most interesting material wise.
Fascinating. And you'll know what to do when your toaster explodes.
Exactly.
Our second question is a little bit more topical. And we were wondering if you could give us an analysis on why and which of our shirts you like better.
Okay. So I kind of like Kiese's shirts because it has like the fit, it has the Gen Z kind of oversized, baggy fit, as a person of style myself. However, Caroline's shirt has like a childlike nostalgia that is really evoking something in me. So I'm going to go for Caroline's shirt, given my need to return back to being 10 years old. So
it's a very diplomatic answer. I really like how you weighed both sides. Obviously, I like the result too. I actually
didn't know where you were going with it.
A lot of twists and turns. I actually saw this like 2 weeks ago at a a flea market. And I was like, this is clearly too good of an opportunity to pass up. And I ended up paying way more than it was worth for it. I think I got ripped off.
The references, I actually don't recognize the people in that shirt at all.
They're the Hansen brothers. That's what I was just playing in the beginning. They did that. I get that you're young, but okay. Casey's got the next question.
So we hear that you run a food Instagram, or Foodstagram. I don't know, Finsta? It's not a Finsta, but a food Instagram. And we were wondering if you could pick one of your favorite meals that you've posted and why.
Okay. Well, I guess it kind of implies like my favorite food too. So this is going to be a little plug, and it's also in Ithaca. So if any of you guys are in Ithaca or driving through upstate New York for some reason, you could be seeing Niagara Falls. So I guess that's valid. But if you're ever driving through and in Ithaca, there's this really good Ethiopian food place called Howie Ethiopian. It has the best food. It's just like so well seasoned. and like not too, well, it is kind of spicy, but I like that. So it's really good, decently priced. And it's like a little family owned joint. So sometimes you'll see the kids running around and it's super cute. And I vaguely know them kind of. I feel like they recognize me. Sometimes they're like, who is that? Sometimes they're like, oh, it's that person. So I kind of like that. I like the half anonymity there.
Have you been able to go even in quarantine and get takeout, or are they open?
Yeah, they're open for takeout if, somebody's traveling next week. They're open for takeout. It's limited hours though, so I think they don't stay open quite as late. But you should still be able to get some. I've gotten some. It's really good still in takeout. Maybe not as visually appealing since stuff gets squished, but it's totally fine. It still tastes great.
What's your spice tolerance like? You said that you liked spicy foods.
It's pretty high. I mean, I don't know. My mom's like, I was kind of raised on that, so I'm pretty good about it. We have like very spicy breakfasts, so it's kind of, I kind of need it to like feel okay about life. Also, it like really messed up my digestive tract going into like undergrad because like nothing was like spicy, and then I noticed like I wasn't feeling as good, so I was like, oh, like this is a rip. And then my mom was like, here's some chili flakes, so I just like put it on in the dining hall.
Yeah, college cafeteria food is not, I don't think it's holding you down on that front at all.
I mean, I'm kind of glad we're out of that, but
Everything is beige. At least in mine. Okay, so the next question is, you managed to stay calm and contained 24/7 on cold calls, which people have noted in the section Smiles. Can you offer some tips for keeping your cool during stressful situations?
yeah, 2 words or 3 words. Pin your own video. Oh, that's 4. Pin your own video. Like, I think at one point Goldberg called on me, and like during that time I was like looking at myself because I needed some engagement, beyond 9 a.m. So I just pinned myself and I was kind of like looking at my angles, and he cold called me. I was like, just speak into the camera, speak into yourself. And it really takes a lot of the nerves off. So I highly recommend, unless you're like overly distracted by your own beauty. But it's pretty nice. I honestly kind of want to do it from now on, so I just don't have to like bother looking at everyone's disappointment if I don't get it right.
This is such a plot twist. I haven't heard this yet. I've heard hide your own video. I've heard make a gallery of other people. I've heard look only at the professor. I haven't heard pin yourself.
Pin yourself. There's no one, like, the expectations for yourself versus like your impression on everyone else. I don't know. I'm very comfortable with messing up in front of myself, so it's always nice to like see it in action.
It's like an affirmation. You're like
Yeah.
affirmations about torts. I would definitely get distracted because I just start making faces at myself. But then again, if I like look at a prof and they're saying like, I would crash and burn. So I think it probably has to be in one of those other solutions, Casey.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely weird because like, the professor is like making faces and you don't realize how like body language works until you don't have it. So they'll just be responding and you're like giving yourself like happy thoughts and smiling.
I feel like Freeman holds it down on that front. She's like, she's the only person who does that. I appreciate it so much.
I feel like at the beginning of the semester too, she had one of those cameras that like moved with her. Did anyone notice that? Like she'd lean in and it would like zoom in, and then she'd lean out and it would zoom out.
OBG has that too.
He does?
Low-key gamers.
I mean, in the times that he's not being a shadow figure, he does. But I think that Casey has the last question for you, Shilpa.
Okay. Yeah, so to bring it back to your home state, home area, what's your favorite or least favorite thing about upstate New York? And you can answer both or pick one.
I I can answer both. Yeah, I have feelings. It's, I guess my favorite thing is actually now, given that it's fall, it's really nice in the fall, super pretty, super colorful, tons of Apple stuff, Apple products, not the Apple products, but like apple pie. Um, and yeah, I really enjoy that. There's tons of activities. It's not overwhelmingly cold, unlike how it's going to be in maybe a month. And yeah, so I would say that's my favorite. My least favorite is probably there's not a lot of stuff to do if you're in a small town, especially during winter. In high school, we didn't really do much in terms of like hanging out. We'd all hop in somebody's car and kind of drive around, like circle the area, park in one spot, like look out onto like trees, and then like drive around again, have convos, park, get Wendy's, come back, like that kind of thing. So I mean, it's all right in that respect. So I guess the summers are a little bit better, but winter, not a lot going on.
Do you ever do the thing at Wendy's where you dip the fries in the Frosty?
I feel like that's weird, Caroline. I don't know.
I'll see
If it's salty, but like it's so cold. The Frosty is so cold. Like that's not, it's not an appropriate temperature change there.
So there's a
Never dipped like a fry in a shake, frosty, nothing.
I have.
No fries with.
I think it's worth it. You know what I mean?
It's good. Maybe no, because a cold fry's bad. But there was this
A
Ben
cold
and Jerry's
fry is
flavor.
bad.
It's so bad. Ben and Jerry's flavor called Chip Happens, where there's potato chips in it. Low key pops. It's so good.
I thought that was inspired by like chocolate covered potato chips, or am I?
They were chocolate covered potato chips, but they were really salty. It was very fry adjacent. So maybe it could be your gateway drug.
That's a good point. I think it also doesn't help that like, yeah, I think I may have had a like melty frosty, so it kind of just soaked into the French fry, which may not be a good move.
It's a bad first experience to the whole cuisine.
You're right.
The fry ice cream cuisine.
Bad first time.
Yeah. Maybe it can be redeemed.
Yeah.
Well, this ends our segment unless there's anything that you would like to impart before we hop off.
Yeah, so good luck to everyone in our sections. Everybody kills the cold calls. I am constantly amazed and constantly nervous, but it's fine. And yeah, take care of yourself, find your old hobbies and keep doing them. I'm trying. So
Thank you, Shilpa.
Thank you so much. This has been so
yeah.